Hi guys, and welcome to my channel, Changing Phases Tarot. So happy to have you here with me today. Now today's reading will be a general intuitive monthly tarot reading focusing on the energy surrounding us during the month of March 2018. For this reading, I'll be using the Crystal Visions Tarot deck. Any clarifiers, if I need to use them, I will be using the Klimt Tarot. It's the pocket edition, right, of the Klimt Tarot. And the two oracle cards for this month, I will use the Soulful Woman oracle card and one additional one from the Power of Love deck by James von Praagh. Okay. As always, I'd just like to remind you that these readings are general in nature. The messages may or may not resonate with you. I would suggest that you check out, besides your sun sign video, also take a look at your moon sign and rising sign, because some months, one video might not resonate, but the others might, or, all three of them together will give you a more holistic view of what's going on during the month. And if you would like a truly personalized reading, the only way to get that is to order a private reading from me. If you're interested, you can take a look at my site, changingphasestarot.weebly.com. There you'll find pricing as well as the types of videos, the video readings that I offer. Or you could email me at changingphasestarot@gmail.com. Just a couple of quick announcements. This month of March, I'll be putting out 2 full moon spread readings. These are in addition to the regular readings that I usually put out during the month, because this month of March we have 2 full moons coming up. So the first one is on March 1st, and the second one of the month, the blue moon, will be on March 31st. So be looking out for those, and also be looking out for the drawing giveaway video I will be posting. So if you're interested, it explains what you need to do to get entered into the drawing. I usually do 1 free drawing at the full moon each month. This month there'll be 2. Last month we didn't have any because there weren't any full moons, and we had 2 in January. So watch that if you're interested. You could enter to win one. It's a 1-question reading, but I usually do just similar to what the monthly reading looks like. I do a 10-card Celtic cross spread, pull clarifiers. So if you're interested, take advantage of the giveaway. All right, I will stop for now, and we'll see each of you for your reading. Have a wonderful month. Hi, Cancer. Hope you're doing well. I'm here to get into your mid-monthly reading for March 2018. You can see I've already laid out the spread here. I've been meditating off camera and shuffled, and I've really been, trying to do this to save time. That's why I've been laying everything out ahead of time. So let's take a look. Let me move this over just a little bit. Okay. We have at the center of your reading the 4 of Swords, which is crossed by the 10 of Cups. The foundation of your reading, you have the King of Cups. The past position, Major Arcana number 12, the Hangman. Crowning your reading, you have the 6 of Wands. In the future position, you have the Page of Cups. You in the reading appear as Major Arcana number 16, the Tower. And I did pull cards to clarify this card, okay? So we'll get to that in a second. Surrounding you in your environment, we have the Knight of Swords. Your hopes and fears, you have Major Arcana number 8, Strength. And the outbound energy for the month of March is the 2 of Wands. The overall energy for the month of March, is the Ace of Wands. This is a great card to have as the overall energy for the month. The 2 oracle cards, I will get to those after we go through the reading. Okay. So starting off here with this Four of Swords at the center of your reading. Four of Swords, so Swords energy has to do with our thoughts. It has to do with it's cerebral energy. So it's mental energy. It's our thoughts and our imagination. Has to do with intellect. Has to do with how we communicate our thoughts to other people. And the Four of Swords is a card of it's a card of sort of recuperation. It's also a card of taking time out, right? It's sort of withdrawing from the world, recouping your energies, recovering. It's also about reflecting, reflecting on sort of what has happened, taking the step back from the situation and then thinking about what the best next step is. And this is crossed by the Ten of Cups card. So, possibly this need to retreat and recover, recuperate, it could have something to do with, family. There could be some type of issue going on within the family. And obviously this isn't going to resonate, with everybody. That's why I always say these are general readings. But for some of you, there might be a situation where somebody within the family is actually healing right now, or there could be some type of recuperation going on. But there's definitely with this Ten of Cups, which is it speaks of it's usually the happy family, the happy home life card. The Suit of Cups has to do with our feelings, our emotions, intuition. So with this is the the challenge card or the obstacle, what could help or hinder this Four of Swords. For some of you, there could be, a situation that has to do with the family itself, recuperation, recovery, possibly somebody in the family is recovering from a surgery or recovering, needing to take some time out. For others, this could just be, you needing to evaluate, sort of step back and look at what's going to be the next or the best next step for you as a family. So this could be you looking at, what's coming up for you as a family, as the family unit. We'll see how all of the the other cards tie in with these two cards at the center of your reading. Now, in the foundation of your reading, this King of Cups, so more water energy, and we do have the King of Cups here, and then we have the Page of Cups coming up in the future. So more water energy dealing with relationships and feelings and emotions. And the King of Cups, this could be an actual person. Obviously you Cancer are a water sign. So, this could definitely be you taking on or you appearing here as this King of Cups in your element. But the kings and queens in the tarot, they're the ones who have really mastered that particular suit. So this person, if it is somebody else, this would typically be an older water sign individual. Doesn't necessarily have to be male, not really gender specific in these general readings. But it would generally be an older Cancer or Pisces or Scorpio. And this person is really he's really mastered the Suit of Cups. So he's somebody who is, he has very good control of his emotions. He's a very kind and compassionate individual. He uses his intellect. He's able to, if there's a conflict, he's able to use his intellect to diffuse a situation. So he tries to resolve things, in a kind manner, in a fair manner. Again, if this is you taking on this relationship, this could be you just, using your intellect to help you deal with the situation, or maybe you, keeping your emotions very balanced as you're dealing with a particular matter. It's you feeling, sort of protective of your family. It's you taking care of people in your family. And we do have this, the family card at the centers. In the past position, there's another, similar to this Four of Swords energy, which is just this, stepping back and retreating. We have the Hangman in the past position. So this is more kind kind of stagnant energy. But the Hangman's slightly different in that, well, one, it's a major arcana card. It's number 12 of the major arcana. But also, the Hangman is about surrendering to being in this position. I mean, he's sort of tied up. He's hanging upside down here from the tree, but there's a reason for it. And so it's about him, kind of giving or allowing himself to be in that particular situation, surrendering to this, this position that he's in, because he understands that it's necessary in order for him to gain a new perspective on a situation, in order for him to view things from a different, point of view, to have a different vantage point, gain a new perspective, gain a new outlook on life. So, there's a reason for him being upside down, and he understands that. He could very easily wiggle out of, the ropes and get himself out of the position, but he knows that, this being suspended and taking this time out to really reflect on things, to gain this new perspective is necessary. And so this is in the past position. So for some of you, you might have been evaluating a certain situation. You might have been trying to gain a new perspective, seeing things from a different point of view. And sort of trying to figure out as well, much like this Four of Swords, what the next steps are. So it's gaining this new perspective, but in order to move on. And whatever this new perspective was, and this does appear in the past position here with the Hangman, you have the Six of Wands as your crowning energy. And so, this is a card of victory, right? The Suit of Wands has to do with the day-to-day things in life. So those day-to-day matters, the work that we do around the house, as well as our creativity, creative projects, our own drive and ambition and foresight and insight. And the Six it's a card of, of success. The Six of Wands is all about having overcome certain obstacles, certain battles. It's a card of receiving recognition, accolades, sort of standing out, people, people really noticing you. But more than anything, it is a card of victory. So whatever this, need to take a step back and evaluate the situation, you have the success card here. And what's coming up in the future is the Page of Cups. Okay, again, more cups, more water energy, but pages, generally the pages bring in news. The page is usually, it's a younger individual, right? So this could be a child of yours. This could be, and much like I was saying about the King of Cups, this could be an actual person. It is a court card, so if so, this would generally be a younger water sign individual. So again, a Cancer or Pisces or Scorpio individual, but a younger individual. But this person is is a very sensitive type of individual, very caring, very warm, very open. If it isn't a person, I tend to view it more as a situation where this is just something new coming in. And, usually we think that the Page of Cups brings in news of something. So, as it's Cups energy, this could possibly be a new, a new beginning to a relationship. This could be romantic in nature or not. Sometimes the Page of Cups announces the birth of a child. And we do have, the child at the center of this reading here. So for some of you, there might have been some delay, right? With this Four of Swords and the Hangman, there might have been some delay. I'm getting that coming in. So there could have been a delay with regards to either the birth of a child or pregnancy. But then with this, victory card here, and then this news of it coming up in the future, for some of you could be hearing, right? There could be news of a new birth, or there could be, it's something to do with the birth of a child or a pregnancy. which actually kind of makes more sense now that I see you appearing as the Tower card, right? Because when I first saw the Tower card, I was, no, the message for the child is coming through quite strongly here, so that kind of makes sense. So the Tower, I mean, what it speaks of is something very unexpected that comes in quite quickly and really disrupts, or changes everything, right? It as you can see, there's a bolt of lightning coming down and it strikes the Tower. And so we usually think of it as, a very unexpected news, a very unexpected event coming in, striking revelation. But basically, yes, it has to do with tearing down, of this particular structure. But what it really heralds is the new things coming in. So these new opportunities, the new beginnings. And when I pulled the clarifiers on this, it just really clarifies that, obviously clarifiers clarify. So we have 13 of the major arcana, which is death. That appears in the past position. Followed by the 9, sorry for the glare. These very beautiful cards, but they're gilded, so it's kind of hard to see them. They shine too much. It's the 9 of Pentacles, followed by the 3 of Cups. So, the change is right here with the Death card. I mean, the Death card speaks of drastic changes, speaks of endings and beginnings, and also new births. Right? One of the meanings, especially in this particular deck, has to do with new births. And we can see that the woman here, she's holding a child. The 9 of Pentacles, usually we think of the 9 of Pentacles as a card of financial, it's financial stability, but it's kind of like feeling as though you've been able to build for yourself, or you've managed to, or you have the type of life that you have always imagined, right? Usually we see the woman, she has a lot of, this one it's shown a little differently because it's based on Klimt's artwork, but usually the woman's sitting in a garden, the garden's quite lush, she looks as though she has this financial security and stability that she has kind of dreamed of for herself. In this particular deck, it has to do with sudden wealth. And this does come after this, striking new things, striking change, new opportunities, as well as birth. And then we have this wealth coming in, and then a celebration card. So, and the 3 of Cups does speak of some type of celebratory event. It can be a celebration again of like a marriage celebration. It can be celebration of a new birth, so a new child, or just celebration, sometimes when we have promotions, and we do have the 6 of Wands, which, so I'm kind of getting 2 sets of messages coming through. I think for some of you, there might be this, finding out about either a pregnancy, birth of a child, which is quite sudden, and there will, but it's, we have the celebration after that. So, for some of you, I think it's more along those lines. For others, it could have to do with, finances, or possibly a work, your job. With the 6 of Wands, it's you, receiving accolades, possibly getting a promotion. This could be, happy news coming in. This could be some type of increase or gains as far as finances go, and celebration because of that. New endings and beginnings, could be ending of a particular job. But I would say, the strongest message coming through has to do with family and children. In your surrounding environment, you have the Knight of Swords, which is a card. It's fast-paced energy. Right? We typically think of the Knight of Wands and the Knight of Swords as the 2 fastest knights in the tarot. And, it is more swords energy, just like we have the 4 of Swords at the center of the reading. So in this case, it could be a person. If so, then this would be a middle-aged air sign individual. So Libra, Gemini, or Aquarius. But I tend to think that Knights, they're the ones who come in to act on something. So I usually read them more as, situations, events. And in this case, the Knight of Swords, he comes in to bring clarity, right? He also comes in to act on something very quickly. He's very, there's a lot of energy surrounding the Knight of Swords. He's very smart. Um, he's very, he's quite an intellectual individual, great communicator. He's good at getting his thoughts across, right? Communicating his thoughts to other people. And you see that he has his sword is drawn. He's ready for action, even though there really isn't, there's no conflict going on, but he's ready to sort of take on whatever happens to appear. So with this in the environment, even though there might be things, happening that are out of your control, obviously the Tower card is quite out of your control, and might catch you by surprise. There's this very powerful energy of this Knight of Swords in your environment. So it could be somebody around you who's there to help you, right? This Knight of Swords individual, or there's just a lot of, you're feeling very powerful, you're communicating well, you're handling the matters, even though it was quite unexpected. You're ready to take on whatever that is. Your hopes and fears, you have the Strength card. Okay, and this is Major Arcana. Is associated with the sign of Leo, so there could be a Leo male or female who might be, significant. But what you're hoping for is, to have this emotional strength. When we see the Strength card, it really speaks of, the emotional strength to handle whatever it is, that you're coming up against. So it's about having the inner strength and courage. It's about having, the willpower, the courage, the confidence really to go up against whatever this might be. And with this Tower energy, this is just you hoping that, you will be able to get through it and use your inner strength and, and deal with the situation. And as you leave the month, you have the Two of Wands card. Okay, that's the outbound energy for the month of March. And the Two of Wands is about decisions, but it's also about you taking matters into your own hands. So this is you, even though we do have sort of divine intervention here. We have the Hangman, we have the Tower card, we have the Strength card. This is you as you leave the month, really, in taking matters into your own hands, right? You being very courageous, you being kind of a risk taker, you deciding, picking one path, and then, heading down that path. So it's you taking things into your own hands, but moving forward and feeling very, very strong and very, very courageous as you do. And you have, as your overall energy, this Ace of Wands. And aces, well, first of all, aces are yes cards. They're also new beginnings, but they're divinely guided. They're blessed new beginnings. This is the universe stepping in and saying, here, this is this wonderful new opportunity for you. And usually this Ace of Wands, it does speak of new opportunities on the career front. This could be a new, news of a new job coming in, a job offer. This could be a new creative endeavor. This could be it could be a new beginning, within the family, like we were talking about here with, children, possible announcements to go along with that. But it's a very positive card. It's a card of creativity. It's a card of really putting aside your fears, whatever fears you might have, in order to cultivate a dream, in order to, bring about or manifest whatever your dream might be. And that's the energy that, that kind of guides the whole month here. Now, the two cards that you have as the oracle cards, the first one from the Power of Love deck is Transformation. It says you use the power of love to move through illusions and shift into awareness. And from the Soulful Woman deck, we have card number 3, Inner Wellspring. I have an inner wellspring of love that luxuriously overflows with abundance. So for these two, I like to read the full meaning for each card. So transformation says, let me just find it here. Says, this lifetime is a part of the progression of your soul. The conscious thought that you are aware of right at this moment is forever a part of the evolution of your divine self. Just as a caterpillar eventually becomes a butterfly, you too are slowly awakening to your true birthright as a spiritual being. As you go through this awakening, others will see your light and feel your love. This soul-to-soul connection raises your vibration, allowing transformation to occur at an even quicker pace. Like attracts like, so be sure that the energy you are sending out is positive. Negative energy coming back to you will slow your growth. As you advance into this new awareness of yourself, it is very normal to have a sense of confusion and dislocation in your career, with your family, and even within yourself. The material things in your life won't carry the same emotional attachment they used to. Your relationship to yourself and others and your understanding of your place in the universe will change. You will come to realize just how important you are in the grand scheme of things. There are a finite number of souls experiencing this earth dimension at this time, and you are one of them. Your contributions matter more than you'll ever know. Okay, and the other card, this inner wellspring, says, this is card number 3, says, I honor the deep flowing river of energy within me, the ever manifesting feminine essence of life, which flows through all things. This is the source of my health, my happiness, and the meaning of my life. When I connect to my inner wellspring, I feel alive, I glow, I feel desirable. The juices of my creativity flow. From this place, I not only inspire others, I also nurture the infinite source of love within me. And we have a lot of creativity. I mean, that's really, the card that's guiding you, right? This Ace of Wands for the whole month. We have creativity. We have a lot of, divinely guided events, right? And timing on things with this Four of Swords, the Hangman, the Tower. But we also have a lot of creative energy coming in with this Ace of Wands. We have the Six of Wands here crowning you. We have the Two of Wands as you leave the month. So, definitely tied in with, with this, the two cards that came out as the Oracle cards, definitely tied in with the messages from, from the reading. So, I'll be interested to see, how many of you resonate with the messages from this reading, because obviously it's not going to be everybody. That's why I always say to watch in addition to watching your sun sign video, please do watch your moon sign and your rising sign, because if one message doesn't sort of resonate that much, probably the other, or at least the other one or maybe two will. So I do hope that they've helped you, the messages, in some way. I thank you for joining me here today. I look forward to reading for you all again. And just know that I'm sending you all much peace, love, and light for a wonderful rest of the month. Bye for now.